Hey there, Centrons. You are now looking at the Roland JD-08 boutique. It is a clone, if you will, I use that term very loosely, of the JD-800. This is a sound module. It's in the boutique fashion that Roland has been coming out with for the last few years. It is very condensed down, and check this out. It's got all the great sounds from the original JD-800, but there is one thing that bothers me about it, besides the size. Now, I had the original JD-800, and it is a monster synthesizer in size, okay, and in sound. But they stripped the polyphony down on this module to just 4 notes. And it's very disappointing because the original JD-800 would give you 24 voices using 1 tone. It would give you 6 voices using 4 tones. So they have really stripped down the polyphony on this synthesizer. And there is something else. The Roland JD-800 originally came out with an analog filter to run all of these great sounds through. None of this is happening in this module. So they also announced recently the JX-08, which is a JX-8P clone. Again, I am using that term very, very loosely. It is so disappointing to see that Roland is revisiting their classic synthesizers and really demeaning them in the way that they are. Now, before I get beat up in the comment sections, I want to say that these are great sounding modules if you want to use them in a live setting. I have a few of the boutiques. I have the SH01A. I have the JU06A. And if you want to use them in a live setup, they're pretty neat, but the polyphony is very limited. Of course, the original SH101 was only 1 voice, and they actually did it a favor by stepping it up to 4, but it's not analog. It is a digital recreation of the analog SH101. Roland is taking all of their yesteryear gear and reformatting it down into a little box with stripped down polyphony. And it's very disappointing because this is a major synth company that could be doing better, but they're shrinking all of this stuff. And I guess if you want a taste of these classic synthesizers, this is going to be good enough for you because it's all that Roland is going to be giving us, it seems, for quite a while. With these announcements coming out, these new synthesizers in these little boxes, I don't see Roland doing anything that's analog related or full size related for many years to come. I don't know why they would. They're going to want to push these miniature synthesizers, and it's very disappointing. But here's what I would say. Roland, if you're listening, please, if you want to remake these synthesizers, go a little bigger with them and add the polyphony. Now, I have the Phantom 2019. I've said this before, and it's got a lot of this stuff inside of it already. It's their flagship of the 21st century. Currently, the Phantom 2019 is what I call it. And it's a pretty amazing machine. It's got an analog filter, runs all of this stuff through it. For me, it is the go-to Roland synthesizer if you want all of this stuff in a digital format. But really, honestly, I gotta say, stripping this down to 4 notes is really a slap in the face of this legendary synth. Like I said, I owned the original JD-800, and that thing was absolutely beautiful. It sounded fantastic. And even its polyphony was limited. Okay. And that was 24 or 6 voices, depending on what you were going to do. I can't even imagine what 4-note polyphony is going to do for this JD-08. It's very disappointing. And I think that Roland could have done better on the polyphony. Had they added the polyphony to this, because it's already a digital synth, that would have been fantastic. The lack of analog filter is a concern too, because that's really where the JD-800 would shine. It's going through the analog filter with all of those beautiful digital sounds that it could create. This is a really nice synthesizer in its original form of the JD-800, but this is just a shadow of what used to be. That's my thoughts on the Roland JD-08 Boutique, but you might have a different take. Share your comments below. I'm Pure Ambient Drone. Until next time, hit that subscribe button, tap that bell, and above all, keep calm and synth on.